Good morning. This is Aisha Khalid, and this is today's Quiet Echo. A woman came in to see me for the third time this month, and she opened by apologizing to me for wasting my time. She had been sick since the middle of June, not dramatically sick, you understand, watery and crampy, and tired, no appetite to speak of, a few pounds down. And it would ease off for a couple of days, and she would decide she was finally getting better, and then it would come right back. We had done the ordinary stool testing after her second visit. Everything came back negative, and I told her it was very likely a virus working its way through, and to come back in if it did not settle down. Well, she came back. And on the third visit, she said the one sentence which changed the whole afternoon. She said, "I keep thinking about a salad I ate." So I want to tell you this morning about a parasite going around this country, because there is one thing about it every single person listening ought to know. And it has almost nothing to do with being careful, and almost everything to do with speaking up. The parasite is called Cyclospora. It arrives on fresh produce. It does not pass from person to person, so you cannot catch it from your family, and your family cannot catch it from you. It has caused a multi-state outbreak this year, more than 1,600 confirmed cases, with investigators still working to trace the source of it. And untreated, the illness can run a stop-and-start course for a month or longer, which is exactly why people quit going to the doctor about it, because a thing which keeps easing up feels like a thing which is getting better. And now here is the part which matters, and it is the reason I am not talking about something cheerier on a Saturday morning. The routine test does not reliably find it. Let me be precise here, because this is not a complaint about laboratories. The standard stool examination uses stains, which this particular organism simply does not take up very well. It is very small, and it hides. And even the newer molecular panels do not all of them include it. And on top of all of it, the parasite is shed in bursts. So a person can be thoroughly infected, hand in a specimen on a quiet day, and be told entirely truthfully, "We did not find anything." The disease agency sent a notice out to clinicians this month asking us to specifically request the test when the picture fits, precisely because the ordinary one might miss it. Now, sit for a moment with what all of it means from where I am sitting. I cannot find this one by looking harder. It depends on whether I thought to order a particular test. And whether I thought to order it depends almost entirely on something only my patient can hand me. For most of what I do in a week, I am the one holding the information. I read the numbers. I know what a body is doing before the person living in it does. And my whole job is to translate. But this is the reverse of all of it. Here, the patient is holding the piece I cannot reach on my own. And if she does not say it out loud, I will very likely reassure her instead. I did exactly so, twice with her. And reassurance is right most of the time. It is what a family doctor says all week long, and it is usually true, and it is usually kind. And every once in a while, it is the only thing standing between somebody and a treatable diagnosis. And I will tell you the other half of it, because the other half is not my doing. It is yours. People soften. I ask a person how long something has been going on, and I get the polite answer, "Oh, a little while, a few weeks maybe." And then I find out later it has been since Easter. We are all trained from childhood not to be a bother, and a doctor's office is where the training does the most damage. You come in having already decided in the parking lot how much of it is worth mentioning. You edit yourself down on the drive-in. And the part you cut out to save me a little trouble is very often the exact part I needed. Here is what I would ask of you this morning. And it is not a warning about salad. If you have been unwell since early summer with a stomach illness which simply will not resolve, and it comes and goes in waves, please do not wait it out politely. Go in and say two things out loud, plainly. Say how long it has actually been, in weeks, not the softened version you give people at church. And say what fresh produce you remember eating before it started, even if it was a month ago. Even if you feel a little foolish bringing up a salad in a doctor's office. And if the first test comes back negative and you are still sick, then say so, and go back again. One negative does not close this question. There is an ordinary antibiotic for this. Nothing exotic, nothing frightening. People get well on it, and they get well fairly quickly once somebody has finally named the thing. My patient is doing much better now. She is annoyed with herself for having waited so long. And I have told her plainly, more than once, the waiting was never her mistake. You are not being difficult when you say the thing a second time. You are handing me the one piece I do not have. The front porch is open. Was there a time you had to say the same thing twice before anyone listened? Come and tell us. And if we get something wrong, tell us, and we will run the correction. The readers of the Cedar Valley News are gathering to share their stories and keep company with respect and no party lines. Come sit with us. I will put the link in the show notes. This is Aisha Khalid, your host for today's Quiet Echo. Thanks for listening. Quiet Echo is part of the fictional Cedar Valley News series, written by Evan Swenson, publisher, and Claude Marshall, AI developmental editor. While the people and town of Cedar Valley are fictional, the illness and the guidance are real. Cyclosporiasis is an intestinal infection caused by the parasite Cyclospora cayetanensis, spread through contaminated fresh produce or water rather than person to person. And a multi-state outbreak with more than 1,600 confirmed cases is under investigation this summer. In July of 2026, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention issued a health advisory asking clinicians to specifically request Cyclospora testing because routine ova and parasite examinations might not reliably detect it, and not all gastrointestinal molecular panels include it. The agency also notes the parasite is shed intermittently, so a single negative specimen does not rule out the diagnosis, and the infection is treated with an antibiotic regimen. Anyone with a prolonged or relapsing diarrheal illness should speak with a clinician. This episode is not medical advice for any individual case.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open. This is Cedar Valley News.